Small business owner or entrepreneur? Is there a difference? If so, what the heck could it possibly be? And what does it take to be a successful entrepreneur, a la...
Yeah, let's talk about that.
So what does it take to make it as an entrepreneur? How to be a successful entrepreneur? It's a very difficult word to say. Wouldn't it be better to just say... Yes, that is
very
true.
Hard to spell.
Would it be better to just say an independent business owner?
Sure.
Or is that the same? Is it really the same thing? I mean,
it's all the same to me.
Well, okay, but when somebody calls you an entrepreneur and they call
innovator,
you... isn't there something, isn't there a little more cachet to it?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's hip.
Yeah, it just sounds like you're maybe more successful. Because like if I say, I'm a small business owner, they go, oh, so you're a commercial painter?
What we really want to know is, are you self-employed or are you a business owner? Because there really is a distinction there. Self-employed means you are your own boss, but you're probably one of the chief employees of your company as well. You've created your own job versus a business owner. You work on the business, you create systems, and you hire other people to run
and then
run
their
that business.
Employees, essentially, or whatever. We know you're very sensitive about that word.
Go watch another episode about that one.
All right, so let's just dive in. I mean, just off the top of your head, are there things that we've never discussed before about what it takes to make a successful entrepreneur?
All right, so what I used to define success as is if I were covering my costs.
Solely.
I called that profit. I thought that I was profitable. I put on an event. I had to rent, this was like a video shoot event where I'd rent a stage and have speakers take turns on the stage. So I covered the cost of the venue. I had enough, payments come in, but over time, like it took me 3 months to kind of market this event. And when I really divided it down, this maybe 16,000 or 18,000 that I brought in, I'm like, I had to divide that over 3 months. And I'm like,
opportunity costs, time, all the money that you invested in marketing or whatever.
And I thought, okay, this is a profitable event or profitable thing to do. It wasn't only until just a few years ago where I built a track record of success. You know, the Chris Crone channel, the Paul Jenkins channel, others channels started to really take off. And so I raised the prices of my service to where there was actually, sorry, distraction, my phone was buzzing. Stop buzzing.
You sure it's yours?
It was buzzing in my pocket.
Oh, well, I know.
I felt
it's a magic trick.
So I raised my prices, and for the first time, it wasn't until I experienced it, I just thought, oh, that's what profit is. So I thought that as long as I could cover my expenses and I paid myself enough that I could survive, I thought that that was profit. But then when I had extra money that I could put in savings or reinvest in the company or things like that, I'm like, oh, that's profit. I would really say that only for the last 3 years has my business been successful because I now have extra money and I paid off my debts. I don't have any debts. I didn't necessarily have that as a goal before, but how long has my company been successful? Well, out of the last 11 years, I'd say 3 because I've been to that point.
Yeah. So is there a basic gauge for how long a person who's starting their own venture, their own small business, to say, if I'm not profitable...
8.5 years. 8.5 years.
Well, for you, yeah. But I mean, how long should a person, if, let's say that they're doing something like you do, right? That they're not starting a lawn care business or...
Well, hopefully you could learn from my mistakes and shorten the length of time if you want to build a similar type of business.
Well, yeah, and how would
like honestly, the service that I create is quite unique. I sell a package that's a 6-figure investment for my clients to make, and to be able to sell that, they have to have confidence in me. And when I first presented this package to someone, I couldn't sell it. I couldn't sell it at cost, what it cost me. So I had to partner with people and essentially give my services for free in exchange for future revenue. Took a couple of years of doing that to where I proved it. Right? And then it's like, okay, now I can charge for my services. So for this type of a business, you've really got to have a track record. You've got to have a portfolio. You've got to have some proof or some proof of concept to show that I know what I'm talking about and I can help you. Because instead of just saying, hey, I'm going to charge you this much per hour, you just hire me. I'm a videographer and you tell me what you want in your videos and you pay me for hourly. Like my service is an outcome. I say, this is the result I'm going to give you. And for that, I had to show that I could get people those results.
Yeah.
So I had to create a track record or portfolio of, look, I know how to get people these results, but what that allows me to do is really charge a lot more. The reason people are willing to invest that amount of money is because I have a track record
they
of
see what it's done.
12 to 18 months. I can help you generate 7 figures in your business.
So here's the question. Do you have or have you had clients who aren't yet in a position to spend 6 figures on your services, but have had to get alternative ways to be able to pay that? Or have they been put on, kind of a payment plan where you pay me this much up front? Because the promise is that not in fairly short order, but soon, the 6 figures that you spend with Nate, you'll be able to pay in a month. But right now, maybe you can't.
Well, the reality is, it's not a get-rich-quick thing like, hey, if you follow my strategy, you're going to have a successful business. No, that's not at all what I say. You've got to have a successful business. So I look at a business having 3 different areas. You've got your leads, where your leads or customers come from. You've got sales and conversion. So can you make a sale, get them to pay you money, and can you fulfill? Can you deliver on what you promise and have happy clients, and then if so, they'll give you referrals, and so it starts.
The funnel starts
right.
Over.
So if you can build a successful business that's profitable, and you can start to grow that, you start to get momentum. I mean, especially if you've gotten to a point where you're generating 7 figures in a business without YouTube, then a strategy like this, that's where you add fuel to that fire. But if you don't have the fire going, you can pour gasoline on logs of wood, and it's not going to do anything.
Yeah. And by the same token, now. And this is what's kind of fun about this age of transparency and sort of the meta learning, is you are now making it possible by giving away all of what you do for others to do what you do, not what your clients do, but what you do for your clients. And yet you haven't really seen any competition out there, right? I mean, is anyone actually doing what you do?
Well, I think that there isn't, and I think that's because I had to take several years of proving the strategy in its
right. But now
entirety.
they can piggyback right on top of you, right? I mean, they can just step up and then their learning curve is way shorter.
Well, and that is why I'm working on my book. And that is why I've recently just launched a course so that I can help more people who maybe want to do the DIY approach or kind of a done with you, me looking over your shoulder occasionally type approach. Because not everyone's in that stage. And I love coaching businesses that are in the beginning stage, but I also love efficiency. And I have a hard time, like I can't help everybody. So that's why I put out this YouTube channel, and I recommend people subscribe, watch my videos, because this is where I'm sharing everything that I know. If you have questions of topics you'd like to see in future episodes, we'll leave those in the comments, because then I'll know to answer your questions. I'll address those in future episodes.
Now, you you've mentioned the term mentor before. I mean, I remember you've even said his name, but I can't remember what it is right now.
Oh, YouTube mentor, Daryl Leaves. That's what you're talking about, right?
For that particular side of your business. Yeah. So in terms of having a mentor for someone who's starting a business of any kind, is that something you recommend?
Yes and no. I don't think that brand new business owners should go and spend a lot of money. If they're spending money that they haven't even earned yet, I think it's crazy. And I know a lot of people, especially even here in the state of Utah, I guess that's just because I see it. I see a lot of people promising get rich quick type of things. Invest with me, your business is going to be successful, or there's a lot of MLMs, and I don't think that's a good idea. I think it's great to find somebody that you can learn from. A great place to start is a book. Get a book.
Read a book.
Because these gurus, they pack everything. They put their best. The book that I'm writing, we're going through and nitpicking everything. Oh, I forgot to tell this thing. It's going to be better than anything I've created here on YouTube. And yet you can get a book for $10, $20. I'm going to put mine on Audible.
What are we going to get it for?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be selling the audiobook for a little bit more, but I'm going to be giving away the book for free. You pay the shipping and handling costs. So it'll be like $7 or something like that. But you're just going to have to wait 6 or 8 months. Now, I love having coaches that can really help me accomplish something specific. So like the reason people pay me huge dollar amounts is because I have a specific outcome that we're aiming towards and that I've got a track record of delivering. Those are the type of gurus or mentors or experts that I've hired. It's like, I need this specific result. I would not invest a huge amount of money on a mentor and have that be the bet. Like, this is what's going to take me to the promised land. This is what's going to help me to be successful. I think that you need to find a way of being successful yourself, and certainly through books and advice and whatnot. You can hire a coach. You can get an affordable coach that can help you, like ask you the questions. Like a good coach isn't a consultant, but like a real expensive mentor that's going to charge 25 grand or 100 grand or something like that. I've seen way too many people get burned with something like that.
Well, let's just, save your money and just get Nate's book. So speaking of great business models, I mean, you talk about the YouTube strategy a little bit, quite a bit actually.
Yeah, so the video that I want you to watch next, it tells you my 5-ingredient strategy on how you can really generate leads for your business. The title of the video is How to Get 1,000 Subscribers on YouTube in a Day. So go and watch that video next.